Well guys, I've officially played MLB The Show Mobile, as you guys can see on screen with the gameplay over here. Actually a pretty fun game, I'm not gonna lie. So I think my main thing with MLB The Show Mobile, and this is just in general, it's definitely designed to be like a super casual game. Like it's really not like, if you're hardcore and you always play MLB The Show on console, I don't really think the game is made for you, to be honest. You know, I think you could get really good at it, to be honest. I really do think it's designed for people that maybe have never even played the console game, or they only got a phone or something, or they don't have a console or something like that. I think that's kind of the game's kind of designed for. Like, I'm pretty sure it's designed for like a super casual audience, which I think is fine, to be honest, because I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And it is super easy to play. I mean, you literally just hold the little circle when you hit, and then you just release it whenever you want to swing, and then pitching. Same thing, you just kind of hold where you want the pitch to go, and then you kind of time it up with the little green and blue lines and stuff like that. So it's a super casual game. I know a lot of people are mad about the microtransaction system just because we've seen the shop, we've seen the bundles, we've seen how much they cost and everything like that. You know, I guess annoying just because the state of like the actual MLB The Show games right now, just with how everything's in a pack, and it's just very frustrating at the moment. So I can definitely see why that is, but I do think, you know, mobile games in general are like that. If you take a look at some of the biggest mobile games, they all have like a battle pass, or they all have like cards that you can get, for example. Like if you take a game like Clash Royale, which is one of the bigger mobile games, right, which I also play, which is a lot of fun, that game definitely has some problems when it comes to how they monetize everything. That's just one example that I played that I already know that has a problem with it. So I'm not totally surprised that, you know, they have all that, but as someone who just plays MLB The Show, it ain't the best look, to be honest. But yeah, it definitely does look like a money grab, especially because the graphics aren't the best because it's a mobile game, you know, which, you know, it is what it is. Obviously, the gameplay is super simple and everything, so a lot of the hardcore fans are going to be like, you know, what kind of game is this? But it is designed for super casual players, and I actually had a decent amount of fun playing on the game, I'm not gonna lie. As you guys can see in this clip, the head-to-head is pretty fun. I like that they have different game modes. I think that's a unique concept on it. There's all these different game modes you could play. I think I was playing the 3-out punch. I ended up scoring like over 100 points or something like that, which I thought was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But I do like that they're doing something new with it, and it's not like the console game. I think that's my biggest thing with this game. I like the momentum feature. You can play certain cards. You get to choose between 4 of the cards, and it takes a while to rotate back to a card. So if you use that Ken Griffey Jr. that everyone gets, it takes a decent amount of time to rotate back to that card. So I think it's not like OP or nothing like that, because it will take you at least a couple batters to get back to them. I don't know how much exactly, but it definitely seemed like it took a decent amount of time. I think the way they did the gameplay with the custom game modes, I think the head-to-head with, you know, the 3, like it's kind of like a best of 3, which is super cool. I thought that was pretty cool. So you do have another shot if you do lose one of the games. You know, you can hop back into another one on one of the different game modes and just do your best. So I really thought head-to-head seemed pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, and I thought that was pretty cool. The moments also seem pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of like Team Epics from back in the day, if anyone remembers Team Epics from MLB The Show 17, because you have to do a certain amount of moments and then you get a certain card at the end or whatever. So at least when I was on there, there was moments that you only needed to do like 2 moments to get like 1 card, and then some of the higher tier rewards you had to do like 6 or 7 or 8 moments or something like that. So pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie, with the way they did that. I actually do like that system, and I do think it's pretty simple to understand as well. And then the third game mode is Seasons, which I didn't really play too much. Basically, I think how it works is you like have to scout the map, or like the US or something like that, and then you got to play like all the teams or something like that, and then I guess there's like a playoff or postseason or whatever. You basically just play that with all your different cards, which I think can be pretty fun. I don't know if there's like good rewards on there, because I didn't really mess around with that too much at all, but yeah, I mean, we'll see how that game mode is. I think the head-to-head and the core gameplay is pretty cool. Obviously, the marketplace is crazy on there. You know, we talked about, you know, I think Otani's still like 500, 400K or something. So it still has that problem as well. And I don't really know how you earn stubs. I imagine you just play the game, but, you know, I imagine you could have to buy them as well to get some of those top tier cards. But I will say this about the Show Mobile. I do like that the fact they're trying new things. I think that's great, because you could see some of these changes in the console version next year. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there is a good place they can test stuff before coming into the console game, which is really cool. And it also just gets people involved into MLB The Show, you know, if they've never even played the game before, because everyone has a phone nowadays, right? So kind of required to have a phone for some jobs or some professions at this point. So everyone has a phone, and mobile gaming is absolutely exploded. So we'll see how the game does. I'm honestly really curious to see how they do. I feel like they're gonna make a decent amount of money because I know people will spend money on there because that's how, you know, every game is nowadays. But I do think it's a really interesting concept, and I do really like what they're doing with this game. I do think they're kind of going in the right direction, and I feel like some of these game modes could definitely be introduced into MLB The Show. I think that's a possibility. If you even take like the head-to-head core game mode with all the mini game modes in there, you could make that like its own game mode or own event inside MLB The Show or something like that. Instead of just winning the game, you know, maybe you could have this point system or something like that. I think it'd be really cool to have like a off game mode or like a something new to play in MLB The Show. So I do think that's what the mobile game's trying to do here, and I think it's fun, man. I think it's fun to just kind of play a couple games, super casual. There's really no like crazy competitive like curve or competitiveness in the game because you just play for your trophies, and then once you get 100 trophies, I guess there's like a postseason you could play to earn more cards and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun, man. If you're a casual and maybe you don't have MLB The Show on console, this is definitely a good chance to kind of get familiar with how MLB The Show console games work because it's pretty familiar for the most part, and it's pretty cool. And I do like the custom packs and stuff. You know, they have a lot of custom packs. I've talked about that for a while, that they need to bring more custom packs into MLB The Show games because it's really just standards, ball-ins, and they've done these deluxe, premier, ultra packs, and that's basically it. And then there's chase and headliners, but there's like premier bosses packs, there's like a double diamonds pack, there's a lot of unique packs. So there's definitely more I'm forgetting 100%, but there's a lot of unique packs in the game, which is just awesome. For MLB The Show Mobile, I definitely like the game. I think it's cool. You know, the monetization thing, that's really the only downside with it, to be honest. But I think if you're just trying to have some fun and be a casual on there, you can have a pretty good team. I mean, I opened like I think I opened like 8 to 10 packs, and I got some pretty good gold cards. So, you know, if you're obviously able to do some of the missions, or you're able to do like the trophy ladder, you can get some decent cards in the game without having to buy the crazy packs or spend the stubs or whatever. You can get some pretty good cards and have some fun on the game. Yeah, that's my thoughts on MLB The Show Mobile. A lot of fun. I really like the game. I could definitely see myself playing it a little bit. You know, if I have some downtime, or, you know, I'm in a car or something, like, I can definitely see myself playing it a little bit. I'd probably give this game like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I really like what they're doing. The only downsides of the game is, you know, the monetization and obviously like graphics, but it's a mobile game, so it's like, you know, can you even add that in there? And it's super simple, which I think is great, and I think it's designed for a lot of casual people, which is definitely a good sign. But let me know down below in the comment section, what's your thoughts on MLB The Show Mobile? Have you guys played it yet? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Definitely let me know down below in the comment section. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely check out all the socials down below in the description. You guys can follow me on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. Join the Discord if you want to interact with the community more. You guys can follow me over on Substack as well, where we talk about international baseball. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.